Kingdom Coaster at Dutch Wonderland is a bright blue family wooden roller coaster. The ride has an L-shaped layout along the perimeter of this Pennsylvanian amusement park, and it features a flurry of bunny hills. But this is also a historically significant roller coaster with major ramifications for the entire amusement industry. So in this video, I will review the Kingdom Coaster. Custom Coasters International, or CCI, was one of the best wooden coaster manufacturers. Their portfolio included 34 different roller coasters, include highly acclaimed rides like Lake Compounce's Boulder Dash, Knott's Berry Farm's Ghost Rider, and Holiday World's Raven. CCI was founded in 1991, and their first project was for Dutch Wonderland, a small wood coaster named Sky Princess. Today, that coaster is known as the Kingdom Coaster, but it originally opened in 1992 as an all-white wood coaster known as the Sky Princess. This would be the first roller coaster added to this children's park. CCI would gain a reputation of building affordably priced wooden coasters, which made them attractive to small parks like Dutch Wonderland. Sky Princess was the break that CCI needed to get into the industry, and it was also a major win for Dutch Wonderland. The coaster's location was brilliant, as it ran alongside the parking lot. Sky Princess could be prominently seen from the busy Lincoln Highway, which helped attract new visitors. And today, the coaster still is the most prominent ride in the park's skyline as you approach the park. But now, the ride sports a vibrant blue and purple paint scheme. In 2007, the coaster was renamed the Kingdom Coaster, and that is also when the coaster received the iconic paint scheme that it sports today. Very few wood coasters are anything but the familiar shades of brown and white, so it really helps the coaster stand out from a visual perspective to go with the blue paint scheme. Some would say a color palette like this is unsuited for a wood coaster, but I think it gives the ride character and it feeds into the cheerful atmosphere of Dutch Wonderland. The name and color was not the only change this wood coaster saw. For the 2017 season, the ride's minimum height limit was raised from 42 inches to 46 inches. While 46 inches is still 2 inches shorter than the typical 48-inch height requirement you see in most wood coasters, it is still awkwardly higher than a lot of other wood coasters in the area. Compare this ride to the 42-inch height requirements on Phoenix and Twister at Knoebels, the 40-inch height requirement on Oscar's Wacky Taxi at Sesame Place, the 42-inch height requirement on Hershey Park's Comet, and the 42-inch height requirement on Kennywood's Jackrabbit. All of these coasters offer more extreme rides than Kingdom Coaster, and I think the last two are particularly interesting. First, Kingdom Coaster is the exact same restraints as Hershey Park's Comet, a seatbelt and buzz bar combination. Second, Kennywood is part of the same chain as Dutch Wonderland and Palace Entertainment. Jackrabbit has a seatbelt and single position lap bar combo, which is similar to Kingdom Coaster's restraints, but Jackrabbit has much stronger airtime. However, Kennywood does have a ride with the exact same restraints as Kingdom Coaster in Racer, and that one does have the same 46-inch height requirement. Typically, Kingdom Coaster will not have much of a line. The ride operates a single 24-person train, and while dispatches can sometimes be slow, I've never had to wait more than 10 to 15 minutes for this ride. And that includes visits on both weekdays and weekends. The one downside with this queue line is that it's completely out in the open with no shade, so it's miserable on a hot summer day. As previously mentioned, Kingdom Coaster has buzz bars, which are single position lap bars that will rest high above the lap of most riders. I love these restraints because they grant riders a ton of freedom to experience airtime. Now, Kingdom Coaster is not an airtime machine, but it does have a little bit of airtime. I think you get more instances of airtime in the front row, but the back row offers the best single moment of airtime in the ride, so I would recommend trying both seats. Kingdom Coaster begins with a slow approach to the lift hill. You then quickly ascend the 55-foot or 17-meter tall lift hill, which runs alongside the Double Splash log flume and the Old Mill Stream campground. At the top, Kingdom Coaster sharply dips down and twists to the right, which gives some decent laterals for those in the back of the train. That is followed by the ride's largest drop, a 50-foot or 15-meter plunge. The drop is not overly steep, so it's unfortunately not going to offer any airtime, even with the extra speed from the pre-drop. Then comes a double up. The first hill of this element is extremely small, which gives a tiny pop of airtime throughout the train. The second part of the ascent offers no airtime, as Kingdom coasters use every bit of its speed to clear the hill. The train then subtly turns to the right and drops into the far turnaround. Much like the first drop, this hill is too shallow to offer any airtime, but the turnaround is ripe with laterals. Outside of the turn on the pre-drop, almost every turn in Kingdom Coaster is underbanked or not even banked at all. So this turnaround delivers a good jolt of laterals, especially towards the front of the train. You then cruise through a short tunnel, which is followed by a subtle unbanked turn to the left, which delivers a small burst of laterals. Then comes back-to-back bunny hills. These hills are not as compact as you may expect for a ride of this scale, but the first one does offer a tiny pop of airtime in the front, while the second offers a small pop of airtime towards the back. That is followed by an L-shaped turnaround. The entrance offers no airtime, but the turn offers some pretty good laterals. And then the drop off this element delivers the ride's single strongest moment of airtime if you're in the back of the train. This drop off the turnaround really pops you out of your seat. You then speed over a small speed hill that gives front row riders one last small pop of airtime before you ascend a 270-degree upwards helix around a tree. Like the prior turns, this helix has very little banking, so it delivers several seconds of decent laterals. It is a nice touch if you ask me. You then hit the brakes and skid your way back to the station, ending your 2,200 foot or 670 meter long journey. Kingdom Coaster's pacing definitely is not as strong as CCI's more adult-oriented coasters, but this is still a pretty good one for a family coaster. Roughly every other hill gives tiny pops of airtime, and the turns give some pretty underrated laterals for a ride like this. In terms of smoothness, Kingdom Coaster is one of the smoothest wood coasters out there. There are a few small bumps that can be felt towards the back of the train, but the ride's modest top speed prevents them from becoming unbearable. So what would I rate the Kingdom Coaster? I would give this wood coaster a 6 out of 10. This is a decent family coaster. The highlight for me is the ride's laterals, particularly in the Helix finale, but it also has a few small pops of airtime peppered in the layout as well, which for a family coaster is great. Honestly, my biggest gripe with this coaster is the height limit being raised. This is the perfect introductory wood coaster for budding enthusiasts, and it's a shame they may have to wait an extra year or two now with the height limit change. While Kingdom Coaster's ride alone is probably not enough to warrant a coaster enthusiast visiting Dutch Wonderland, this ride does have some historical significance for one of the industry's most influential wood coaster manufacturers. And Dutch Wonderland is a gorgeous park too, with 2 other roller coasters to enjoy. So those are my thoughts on Kingdom Coaster, CCI's first wooden roller coaster. Have you been to Dutch Wonderland? What are your thoughts on Kingdom Coaster? I would love to hear your thoughts on the ride down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a like and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.